Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about energy, or rather I will say electrical energy. So today's topic will be to discuss electrical energy, means how to measure the electrical energy. Related to electrical energy, we will do some numericals. And after we have discussed this electrical energy, our next topic will be to discuss commercial unit of energy, and related to this topic we will do few numericals. Okay, so this is today's topic. So without wasting any more time, let's discuss. So the topic is measurement of electrical energy. How to measure electrical energy? So for that we have to consider say a battery or a potential source that is giving a current I, and it is passing through a resistor R, right? This is potential V. Now if we look at the basic definition, what we have discussed long back, how do we define potential? I think you know potential is equal to work done per unit charge. To take a charge Q from the negative terminal to the positive terminal, how much work we do across this potential V. Okay, so that is given by V is equal to W by Q. This we have discussed that previously. Now, work done is equal to how much is coming? It is coming V Q, right? V Q. Now, there is one thing that you should know before I start deriving it. If you have read work energy theorem, we have came across that work done is equal to the energy supplied to the body. We know this thing by the work energy theorem, that work done is equal to energy. This you have to know. Based on what? Based on work energy theorem. So this energy can be anything. According to the work energy theorem, you had kinetic energy. Kinetic energy was equal to work done. Over here we have electrical energy. And obviously, these are all forms of energy only. Kinetic, heat, electrical or light energy. These are all different forms of energy only. So work done is equal to energy, right? So instead of, so over here, this work done, I can also represent that by E, because energy is equal to work done and work done is equal to V into Q. We got this V into Q by this expression. And this we did in the previous classes, that potential is equal to work done by charge. Now, we know one formula, that current is equal to charge by time. We know this formula. So what is charge? Charge is equal to current into time. So we apply this equation, or apply the value of Q over here in this equation. So what comes? So work done is equal to V. Instead of Q, I will write what? I into T. So Q is replaced by IT, and that is also equal to energy, electrical energy. So I got an equation, energy is equal to work done, which is equal to VIT. Now after this, we will derive it a little more using Ohm's law. So let's make it, this is your main equation number 1. This work done, which is also equal to energy, is equal to VIT. Now according to Ohm's law, what we know? Ohm's law, that V is equal to V is equal to IR. We know this formula according to Ohm's law. Let's put this Ohm's law in the equation number 1. So we will replace this V by IR. So what it comes? that energy is equal to work done, which is equal to, instead of V, I'll write IR. IR into IT. So this V got replaced by I into R, current into resistance. So what ultimately comes? Energy is equal to work done, which is equal to I square RT, right? So this is equation number 2. So after that, we can also use Ohm's law in equation number 1, and now we will not replace V, but rather we will replace this value I. We will replace I. So we know from Ohm's law, we know what? That current is equal to V by R. From Ohm's law only we know this thing, current is equal to V by R. So we'll put the value of I in equation number 1. We'll put the value of I in equation number 1. So what it happens? Energy is equal to work done, which is equal to V. Instead of current I, I'll write V by R and then add this value T. So you can see I have used this equation only. My main equation is equation number 1. If you have seen, so this is my main equation. Previously for equation number 2, I have replaced V. V I have replaced by IR, you can see. And now over here, I am replacing I by V by R using Ohm's law. And ultimately what I get? Energy is equal to work done, which is equal to V square T by R. If you cannot see, okay. It is V square T by R. So ultimately, I get this equation. Also I get this equation. And previously I have got this also. So if I write one after the other, all this equation, I can write in this fashion, that energy or electrical energy is equal to VQ, potential into charge, which is equal to this VQ is also equal to VIT. VIT, potential into current into time. This VIT also becomes I square RT. I square RT. And that becomes I square RT also becomes V square T by R. It becomes V square T by R. So you have to remember these 4 forms of energy. Especially you have to remember this one. This is the basic one. If you remember VIT, then of course using Ohm's law you can derive this one and also derive this one. For these two you cannot, if you don't remember, no problem. If you at least remember this energy is equal to VIT, then you can derive these 2 equations also. And this also we need to know for certain numericals. So I hope you understood the derivation of the electrical energy. Now I'll do one sum related to it to make you understand this concept little clearly. So we have a question in front of us. It says a current of 2 ampere. So a current of 2 ampere means what? Current is equal to 2 ampere is passing through a coil of resistance 75 ohm. So resistance becomes 75 ohm and the time is given how much? For 2 minutes. For 2 minutes. Achha, I think you know that in physics the SI unit of time is seconds. So no sums are done in minutes. So I have to convert this minutes into second. So 1 minute is 60 seconds and 2 minutes will become 120 seconds. Clear? So they are asking you how much heat energy is produced. So they are asking you to calculate the value of energy and how much charge is passed through the resistance. So they are asking you to find the value of charge also. Means energy and charge they are asking to find. Okay, no problem. We can do the sum. But before doing the sum, you should remember the formulas that what we just now studied. That energy is equal to what? Q into V, which is equal to VIT, which is equal to I square RT, which is also equal to V square R by T. You have to remember this formula that energy has we can find energy using 4 different ways. Now which one we have to apply, that depends on the question. Now if you see in this entire question, I cannot apply QV. Why? I cannot apply the formula energy is equal to QV because neither charge is given to me, neither voltage or the potential is given to me. Okay, so this formula is discarded. Now can I use the formula VIT? No, I also cannot use this formula because in this entire question, the value of V, the potential, is not provided. So I cannot use this formula also. Can I again use this formula V square T by R? No, I cannot use because again the same problem. The value of V is not provided to us. So ultimately it is left us with only one choice to calculate the value of energy, that is I square RT. So I'll calculate the value of energy, which is equal to I square RT. Now put the values, we'll get the answer. I square, I means how much? 2 ampere. So 2 square R is given how much? 75. And time is given how much? 120. So 2 square is 4. This is 75. This is 120. This if you multiply, you get 300 and this is 120. Again if you multiply, it becomes 3, 6, 1, 2, 3. So this much of energy, or rather I will use the word heat energy. This is the amount of heat energy which is produced. I square RT. Now this heat energy which is produced, this has also a little concept that is known as Joule's laws of heating. I'm just giving you a brief idea. When current passes through a wire, the wire heats up, and how much energy, heat energy is produced in the wire, that is given by the formula I square RT. When we will study Joule's law of heating, then I will explain in details how this formula I square RT comes, but it is the same way, I square RT in the same way. Okay. Now this is the first and the second point. How much charge is passed? So how much charge is passed, I will get the answer in a different way, not by using this formula. I know current is equal to charge by time. This we have studied previously. Current is the rate of flow of charge. So charge by time. How much charge is flowing in how much time. So let me put the values in this formula. I'll get the value of Q. Current is given 2 ampere. Charge is given. No given. I have to find that. And time is given. Yes. 120. So if I multiply, Q is equal to 2 into 120. So ultimately Q becomes 240. And what is the unit of charge? Coulomb. So Coulomb. So this is one answer and this is the second answer. Okay, so I hope you understood this sum. Now let's do one more sum related to this concept. Now I have one more question with us. A current of 0.2 ampere flows through a wire whose ends are at a potential difference of 15 volt. Now as you see, the current of 0.2 ampere means what? The current, so I is equal to 0.2 ampere, that is flowing through a wire whose ends are at a potential difference of 15 volt. So I can say V is equal to 15 volt, potential difference is equal to 15 volt. So I am asked to calculate the resistance of the wire. So okay, no problem. Resistance I need to find, and also how much, what I need to find, heat energy produced in 1 minute. So also time is given. Okay, no problem. Okay, writing the time first. Time is given 1 minute, and 1 minute is equal to how much? 60 seconds. So now they're asking me to calculate the resistance and the heat energy produced in 1 minute. So heat energy means energy in 1 minute. So this is what given and what they're asking me to find. Now I think to calculate the resistance I can easily apply Ohm's law because V and I both are given. So I can write by Ohm's law V is equal to IR, and V value is given 15, current is given 0.2 and resistance is given R. So ultimately 15 divided by 0.2 is equal to R. So 15 by 2 into, if I remove the point, there's a 10 comes. I think you know how to remove this point. A 10 comes on the top. And if you solve it, you will get the value of resistance as 75 ohm. You cancel 2 5s are 5 15s are 75 ohm. So that is the resistance of the wire. Now they are also asking me to calculate the heat produced. So heat is what? It's a form of energy. So they are asking me to calculate the energy produced. In just the previous sum, we have done the same use, done with the same formula. Energy or the heat energy which is produced, that formula is I square RT. We get this formula using Joule's law of heating, which I will explain in the next video. Just remember the formula is I square RT. So I is how much given? I is given 0.2 square. Resistance is given how much? 75, because just now we found, and time is given 1 minute. 1 minute means what? 60 seconds. So ultimately how much it comes? 0.2 into 0.2 into 75 into 60. Now we can remove this 0.2 and write 2 by 10. 2 by 10. And then we can solve it. 0, 0 get cancelled. Then 2 1s are 2 5s are, and 5 1s are 5 15s are. So ultimately what we are getting is 2 into 15 into 6, and if we multiply this we are getting 180 joule of heat. So the heat produced in 1 minute is equal to 180 joule. I hope you understood how I did this sum. I just applied the formula I square RT to get to the answer. So I guess there is no problem in understanding this sum. Just remember the few formulas which I have derived, and using those formulas you will understand. So these are the two sums which I have done related to energy. Now after this we will discuss the commercial unit of energy. Now what is that, how to get to the basic concept, we'll all discuss about that. So next topic, commercial unit of energy. So our topic after this, the topic is commercial unit of energy. Now what is the normal SI unit of energy? We all know SI unit of energy is joule. That is the SI unit. Now the current that comes in our house, we have to pay for that current. It doesn't come for free. That current which comes to our house, we have to pay on a basis of some unit. So the unit on which we have to pay the current, those units are called the commercial units. So commercial units are what? The units on which we consume current, or the units on which we pay for the current that we consume. So commercial unit, I can say what? Commercial unit of energy, or say electrical energy. Commercial unit of electrical energy. It is the unit that we pay. It is the unit that we pay for, or you can say it is the unit that comes from the that comes to our houses, that it is the unit that comes to our houses, and we pay according to this unit. Okay, so we pay the electricity according to the commercial unit. Now the commercial unit that we normally use in India or anywhere in the world is kilowatt hour. So kilowatt hour is the unit of electric current. On the basis of this unit we pay. So we pay the current bill according to kilowatt hour, not according to joule. Okay, so we pay according to this unit of energy, not according to this. No, this is SI unit, but this is the commercial unit. Now let's let's find a relationship between kilowatt hour and joule. So kilowatt hour and joule, we have to find the relationship, or we can say what is this 1 kilowatt hour. So if I take 1 kilowatt hour, what is 1 kilowatt hour? It is 1 kilowatt into 1 hour, correct? Okay, after this, what is 1 kilowatt? It is nothing but 1000 watt. Yes, 1 kilowatt means 1 kilogram, that is equal to 1000 gram. So 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt into 1 hour. So if I convert 1 hour into seconds, so that becomes how much? 3600 seconds, right? In 1 hour we have 3600 seconds, that is 60 minutes into 60 seconds. And now if we multiply these two values, it becomes 3600000 watt second. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3600000 watt second. Now let me tell you what is this watt second. It is a very common unit, watt second. Obviously in class 8 or 9 you have learned this formula. Power is equal to work done by time. We have done this in class 8 and 9. What is power? It is the work done by time, or the rate of doing work. Now if I take the unit of power is watt, unit of work is joule, and unit of time is second. Now if I multiply this second into watt second, this watt second is what? That becomes equal to joule only. So this watt second is nothing but joule. And if we write this in the standard form of physics, we shift the point from the point is over here 1 2 3 4 5 6, so it becomes 3.6. okay, 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6, because we are shifting it on the left hand side. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joule. That is the relationship between kilowatt hour and joule. So this is what you have to remember. Okay, and this is just watt second is equal to joule, that you should know. So the commercial unit of energy is kilowatt hour. Commercial unit of energy is kilowatt hour, and the standard unit of energy, or the SI unit of energy, is joule. But we pay the bill not according to the SI unit. No, we don't pay the bill according to joule, but we pay the bill according to kilowatt hour. And 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joule. Means what? If you consume 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joule, then you are consuming 1 kilowatt hour. And right now, according to say West Bengal, the for 1 kilowatt hour, if you consume 1 kilowatt hour of energy, you have to pay near about 9 rupees. Yeah, 9 rupees. So in suppose in the total day, if you consume 10 kilowatt hour energy, so it becomes 10 into 9, 90 rupees. So you are paying 90 rupees of electricity bill per day. Okay, so let's do one or two numericals related to this concept. Okay, now we have a question in front of us. A bulb of power 40 watt. So there is a bulb we have, and the bulb, the power rating of the bulb is 40 watt. So okay, power is given as 40 watt, is used 12 and a half hours each day. So one day, so for one day, the time for which the bulb is on is how much? 12.5 hours. Okay, and we are using the bulb for 30 days. So for one day it is 12.5 hours. So for 30 days, how much we will use? For 30 days, it will be how much? 12.5 into 30 hours. Now if you multiply, it becomes, I think it becomes 375 hours. If you multiply 12.5 into 30, that gives you 375 hours. Means for the entire month, the bulb was used for 375 hours. So your power is equal to 40 watt. So 40 watt means, okay, 40 watt, and your time is 375. Now let me write it nicely over here. Power is 40 watt. But just now we have discussed the commercial unit, if you are using, we don't calculate in watt, but we rather calculate in kilowatt. So I have to convert this 40 watt into kilowatt. So how I am supposed to do that? We will divide 40 by 1000. So 40 by 1000 gives you converts watt to kilowatt. So 40 watt is nothing but 40 by 1000 kilowatt. And the total time for which the bulb was on is how much? 375 hours. Now they are asking me to calculate the electrical energy. Okay. So how to calculate the electrical energy? See, we have done these things previously in class 8 also. We have done this formula. Power is equal to work done by time. We know this formula in class 8, we have done it. And also I have told you this work done is nothing but energy. According to work energy theorem, this work done is nothing but energy. So instead of work done, I can write power is equal to energy by time also. So ultimately energy is nothing but energy is equal to what? Power into time. So the energy that I am consuming, that is equal to power multiplied by time. Now what is power? Power is given 40 by 1000 kilowatt, and time is given how much? 375 hour, right? Now if you multiply, cancel this 0 and 0, ultimately what you are getting is 4 into 375. Okay, so it becomes 300 into 4, 1200, and again 774, 300. So it becomes 1500 by 100 kilowatt hour. Kilowatt into hour, kilowatt hour. Cancel. So it becomes 15 kilowatt hour. So the energy that you have consumed, so the energy that this bulb has consumed is how much? 15 kilowatt hour in the entire month, right? Now if I talk about the cost of the energy, cost, how much bill? It is said 4 rupees for per kilowatt. Means what? For 1 kilowatt hour, the person has to pay rupees 4. But the person is now consuming how much? 15 kilowatt hour. So for 15 kilowatt hour, the person has to pay 15 into 4 into 15. That is 60 rupees. So So the answer of the first part, electrical energy, is 15 kilowatt. And if I take 4 kilowatt per 4 rupees 4 per kilowatt watt hour as the rate, then the person has to pay rupees 60 for this bulb. So I hope you understood this sum. This is basically you can see over here I have just used unitary method, which we use when we are in class, you are in class 5 and 6. This unitary method only have used, and to get the value of energy I have used class 8 concept. Power is equal to work done by time, and work done is nothing but energy. So power is also equal to energy by time. So energy becomes power into time. So power is given as 40 by 1000 kilowatt, because in commercial unit we take this as, we don't use watt, rather we use kilowatt. So 40 by 1000 kilowatt, and total time is 375 hours, which we got from here, 375. Okay, so we got our answer. So I hope you understood this concept of commercial unit and energy. In the next topic we'll discuss about the power rating. Okay.